Hello, welcome to the Kitchen Spy. My name is Kate and this is a Meals of the Week video, and it's taken us from the 28th of March to the 3rd of April. I hope that I find you safe and well and that you're coping okay with the lockdown situation and that you and your family are safe. This, as well as Meals of the Week, there's a short video of Jess in the woods at the end, some local woods. We didn't get in the car and drive, and also an update on our greenhouse renovation, because quite a few of you seemed interested in how we were getting on with that. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new, welcome. And if you would like to consider subscribing, then please do. It'd be great to have you on board. Just click the subscribe button and also the notification button, and then you'll get to hear when I post new videos. Okay, so starting off with Saturday the 28th, this hasn't got a name because I just kind of made it up. It was potatoes and mince in layers, with carrots and onions and general kind of seasonings in there. It was actually really tasty, and I finished it off with some cheese on the top. I'll definitely do this again because it was very, very tasty indeed. And if anybody's interested in seeing a recipe for it, then if I can recreate it, then I'll do it again. This made 4 portions actually, so we'll be having this later in the week. And this plate of food was 594 calories, and it was really, really tasty. So then on Sunday we just fancied something a little bit different, and we'd got one large gammon piece, so I had about a third of it, and a couple of eggs, and then some of my homemade in the oven chips. And this was again really tasty, and it came to 506 calories. And actually I'm quite proud of those eggs. I'm not really very good at cooking eggs, but they look all right, don't they? So yes, a little treat there for a Sunday evening meal. Then on to the Monday, we had again the potato mince layer dish. I must think of a name for it. I think in my calorie counting app, I think I called it potato lasagna for want of a better word, but I'm sure there's a better recipe name than that. Anyway, so we had this again, and this time I served it with some mixed vegetables. So these are frozen mixed vegetables, and I've never really had these before, but I picked them up because obviously it's getting more difficult to get vegetables, and they were all right, yeah, so we'll probably have those again. This came in at 663 calories, and as you can see, because I'd reheated it, it was a bit drier, so I actually put some gravy on that as well. Then on to the Tuesday, very odd really, but we had roast pork, but we'd got a small roast pork joint which I'd bought in the food hall the week before, and it was really nice, so we just had that with some new baby potatoes and some cabbage and some sprouts, and yes, I had some crackling as well, but actually the calories for that, because the vast majority of the plate was actually vegetables, wasn't too bad, and that was 530 calories. Really easy to do and very tasty. Then on to the next day we had turkey bolognese. So this is basically just a normal bolognese kind of built up recipe, but just made with turkey, and then some cheese sprinkled on top, some Parmesan cheese. And this bowl of food came to 613 calories. And it was really nice, and managed to make double as well, so we've got some in the freezer for another day. And I think at the moment I'm just trying to make all of my food eke out as much as I can, because I just don't know when I'm be able to get a next home delivery, and I'm still not loving going to the shops. And then on to the Thursday evening, we had these this looks really unappetising, I'm sorry. This is lentil dal with, I normally put spinach in this, but I hadn't got any spinach, so I put in some broccoli, and I served that with a couple of chicken thighs. I cooked them with the skin, which ended up crispy, so my husband had that and I didn't eat the skin, and then with some roasted baby tomatoes, and that came to 748 calories. And then on Friday, we had chili chicken and rice, and we just bought a fire pit. So we actually ate that outside by the fire pit, and it was really nice. Both the fire pit and the meal was nice. I just served that with rice and a little bit of cheese on top, and that came to 420 calories. And I'd recommend the fire pit. So this is Jess in some local woodlands. We didn't get in the car, we haven't done anything wrong. We walked along the main road, which was eerily quiet, and into some woods, and it was just so nice to be out. And she loves it because there's squirrels in these woods, so she's on high alert at all times, and it was just so good to get out. We are lucky to live where we live in such a beautiful place and with such nice people. And when we got back and we walked back up our drive, at the bottom one of our neighbours had left us 2 Swedes and a jar of marmalade, which is just the loveliest gesture. So yeah, we are very lucky. Anyway, when we got back, we went and did some work on the greenhouse, and so this is just a reminder of what the greenhouse looked like when I first showed it you last week. So yeah, we've abandoned this for basically 18 years, and there's a tree, that's an ash tree, growing through it. We cut off some of the branches already, but it's in a right state. As you can see, there were lots of we've got this kind of invasive plant that grows in this area of the garden, and it's all in this greenhouse. So yeah, pretty horrible. So our intention over the lockdown period, during our spare time, because we are both still working from home, is to actually renovate this greenhouse. But this was just to kind of remind you what a state it was in, and we've worked on it for a few hours so far, and I'll show you what we've done. Okay, so this was kind of halfway through the first day that we started to clear stuff out. So I'm trying to keep as much as possible. So where we can rescue the pots, I've kept them all out, and obviously we'll give them a big clean. And then we've got a bin for anything that's beyond repair or is broken or whatever. And I also found this tin in the greenhouse, and it's got some seeds in it, but sadly they're out of date. So I'm not going to do anything with those unless one of you gardeners out there tell me that it will be all right. But I have actually ordered some seeds, so I'm waiting for those to come. So we've started off really by trying to clear everything out as much as we can. It was a bit horrible because obviously there were quite a lot of bugs and things in there. I hate spiders, but my husband and I have a good deal going where if I'm calm, then he'll deal with it for me. I mean, he would anyway, to be fair, but I try to be calm. So obviously there's just a big old stinking mess in here. So we just wanted to make sure that we got rid of everything. So we started to take off some of the moss and things that was in the greenhouse, and as you can see, it really is very filthy indeed. So we've started by taking quite a lot of stuff out, and as you can see there's still a lot left. I am not touching that one though, because it looks like a spider's nest to me. And this tree is going to take some removing, because even though it looks quite spindly, because it's actually quite a young tree, it's going to be bendy, so it's not going to snap easily. We'll try and rescue as much as we can, because I don't want to throw things away just for the sake of it. But yeah, what a mess. It's very embarrassing really to think that we've let it get to this stage. But the problem is, I guess, because we lead busy lives, and we have also got a caravan that we go to, so we don't spend a lot of time in the garden really. We just do the bare minimum, so these kind of things have been on the back burner, but it's a really good project for the lockdown period, I think. Yeah, so lots of broken glass everywhere, and the blackbirds' nests. There were actually 3 nests in here. But please don't worry, because there are plenty of places in our garden that the birds can nest in, and we still we feed the birds all the time, so we will be looking after them and making sure they've got plenty of places to nest, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so that was really when we started to first clear it out. So we spent some evenings, and then at the weekend we spent a bit more time on it. So this is where we are with it currently. So I've started to clean the windows, and someone gave me a tip to say that we needed to bleach the windows. But what I've started to do first of all is just to get all of the algae and the dirt and the dust and the horridness off there. So I'm about halfway on that at the moment. We've saved the broken glass, and we can't actually put that in our recycling, but when things are back to normal, we'll take that to the civic amenity site and we'll make sure that that gets recycled. So yeah, you can see that I've done the first two waves on the right hand side and not done the left hand side yet. And we've emptied the water butts, which were filled with horrid mulchy leaves, so we've hosed them out, but we will be cleaning those out properly. And we've also made sure that we get the all of the water that runs off the greenhouse into those butts, because this greenhouse is a fair way from the house and the water. So as you can see, the bin with things that were thrown away has grown quite a bit, and this is the tree that we took off there, and as you can see, it's much emptier. So I didn't realize actually till I did this video just how much we've actually made a difference, because you don't, do you? If you're in the middle of a project, you quite often don't realize how much you've actually done. And these windows obviously aren't cleaned, but I'm just trying to get as much as I can off. So I've started with a soapy water mixture, and if anyone has got any tips to clear off the green stuff, or actually to clean down in between where the panes of glass overlap, I'd be very grateful. You can see the reflection of me in my silly hat, but I burn really easily, so I have to wear a hat at all times. What we intend to do is we're going to replace this membrane, and so we'll move the wooden bench out into the garden, and then we'll replace the membrane altogether. And we've ordered Perspex replacement panels from the internet, and when they come we'll start to hopefully repair the greenhouse. But yeah, this has been a good project really, because I think we all need something a little bit positive at the moment. I hope I haven't bored you with that update. Quite a few people wanted me to update, so if you're still interested, I will keep it going. Anyway, thank you so very much for watching. If there's any of the recipes that I've shown here that you fancy seeing a video on, then let me know and I'll be sure to do that at some point. I'll put it on the list. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment below. I really enjoy the interaction we have, and I really enjoy doing these videos. It's a really positive thing for me, and I hope that you enjoy them too. If you are a subscriber, thank you so very much, and if you're not, please consider it. Thanks so very much for watching. Stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.